Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'm going to talk about family scapegoat and how to deal with this or how to drop this role of being the family scapegoat. So, do you feel that your family always blames you for their own shortcomings or for what's happening in their lives? Or are you always being accused for doing or not doing something in your family? Or do you always take all the responsibility for making your family happy aside from your own happiness? Or do you always feel that you are trying your best to make your family happy, but you always feel underappreciated for your efforts? Then, if you feel that way, then chances are you are the family scapegoat. A scapegoat is someone who everyone puts their blames on, even for things which are far beyond their scope of control. And when you are the scapegoat, you are often sidelined and even seen as the bearer of bad news in most dysfunctional family settings. And when you assume this role, you'll be treated differently from your other siblings. For example, if you make a mistake, you'll be criticized or punished more than the punishment your siblings will be given. And when you do something for the family, say you buy them expensive gifts, or you just do this something so huge, or you make huge sacrifices for your family, you will always feel underappreciated. You might be making countless sacrifices for your family, but it doesn't really get the praise it deserves. And when one of your highly favored siblings even kills a fly, they are seen as this savior of the family. But for you, you are just sidelined. When you find yourself in these positions, you will feel that your efforts will never be good enough and you are not good enough on a deeper level. This is just shown by your family's receptiveness to your actions, and you feel that all your efforts in life will never be worth it or will never match up. You might even get stressed about it or even try harder in order to change who you are so that you can be seen as or be heard by your loved ones. And when you are the family scapegoat, you develop low self-esteem. And to compensate for this, you try to win over your parents or to win over your siblings by even buying them expensive gifts or even sacrificing your boundaries as you seek to prove your worthiness of love or that you are a worthy child. In other cases, you may find yourself isolating yourself from your family while you are carrying these deep feelings of shame and blame for what's happening or for what's going on in your dysfunctional family. So, how does someone become the family scapegoat? There might be a number of reasons which may make you turn out to be this family scapegoat, but the main reason is you're just doing things differently than what your other siblings are doing, or you're not following the rest of the sheep. Like sheep here meaning your other family members, and you're just doing your own things. So you stand out from the rest of your siblings, and when you stand out, it makes you an easy target. I want you to really imagine like you're this yellow car in the middle of white cars. Of course, you'll be standing out, and when you stand out, you are the easy target for your family members and parents. For example, you might be overly successful, or even working on yourself, doing personal development, or you're not following their religious views or their traditional beliefs, or you're not even getting married, and you're just living this life like a hippie or a rebellious kind of life. In a way, your family members are deeply jealous on their insides of your carefree attitude about life and the fact that you are not even struggling like everyone else. You're just living your life. Another thing is when you are the family scapegoat and you stand out, you may receive hostility from your overly controlling, needy, overbearing, or even narcissistic parents. As the victim, you may find yourself aggressively reacting to their hostility because you just don't understand why they are treating you that way. You just don't understand why they are not treating you like the other siblings. So you question them and even try to make them to take them on, which further cements your role as being this rebellious child who doesn't obey or listen to their parents. Yet all along you're just arguing out your boundaries or your limits. So unlike the other siblings who will just obey without question, you will always voice your opinion. And you may at times find yourself reacting undesirably, like breaking a few cups or just being angry when you are pushed to the limit. And if you do all this, it cements your role as just being this rebellious and being this scapegoat. When you find yourself reacting undesirably, let's say you might make your siblings feel bad or cry, or you might even make your parents cry, you feel guilty about it. You feel that you've done a bad thing, yet all along you're just defending yourself. So everyone now sees you as this scapegoat, or as this someone who has ruined things in the family, yet all along you're just standing up for yourself. So that's how it happens. So when you find yourself in this situation where you are the family scapegoat, what do? The first thing is you need to realize that you don't have any obligation or any sense of duty to uphold in your family. Let me repeat this again. You don't have any obligation and sense of duty to uphold in your family. I know there's a note in your stomach when you listen to this, but actually one of the greatest forms of conditioning we are born with is this feeling of duty and obligation towards our family. Even when they are unhealthy to us, or even when they are hurting us, we just feel guilty and bad about ourselves when we are disconnected from them, because that's what we are used to. We are born in a family and we are raised in a family. So we all guilt trip one another with words like respect, obedience, towards those who raised us, towards those who sacrificed to pay school fees for us, to our elders. And that we have to just listen to them. We have to just follow them. So if you don't obey them or follow them or respect them, you'll burn in hell if it's a religious family setting, or you'll be cursed if it's a superstitious kind of family setting, or you'll never find it easy in life. That's what's floating in the air. There's just this negative feeling when you try to break away from this initial conditioning. Here's the thing. There's no problem with providing for your family or just doing something for them, but it becomes a problem if you feel it's a sense of duty. There's a huge difference between duty and love. Love is just out of your own love, but duty is like it's because you are being forced to. So it has a different kind of energy, and you will not understand this till you really work on yourself on a deeper level. So go easy on yourself and do the inner work that will set you free from this conditioning and past hurts. You will know you are free when you don't feel any sense of guilt and resentment towards your family members. Another door will open in you, and this is now a door of love and compassion, where you realize that actually your family members, your parents, are also part of the same conditioning, and what they are doing is just stemming from what they've learned from other people, or from their current level of awareness, or their current perception of reality. In fact, you'll get to the point where you'll understand that actually your family is also made up of individuals who are also parented in a dysfunctional family setting. And that dysfunctional family setting were also parented in the same setting. So it's just been like that. You will also realize that the acceptance you are seeking is not actually from your family members or from your parents, but just you accepting yourself fully without the need of approval from others, without the need of approval from your family. The acceptance you need is just loving yourself unconditionally and connecting with your authentic self. Once you get that, you will understand. But without that, you will keep seeking validation from them. And them also, on their own perspective, they are seeking validation from other people, like the community, society. So it's just a cycle where it will never have an end. The only one who can get to that end is just you, yourself. Hope that makes sense. Lastly, do not internalize this feeling of compassion, forgiveness, or why can't they just understand, or just those complex questions when you've not healed. Focus first on nourishing yourself and healing, then you will have the answers you are seeking without even anyone, even me, telling you about it. Just drop this habit of wanting to know or wanting answers, when all along the answers you are seeking are just deep within you. They have just been clouded by your current worldview or your current perspective or your ego. So focus on clearing those clouds of emotional pain and past hurts and just be. This is because your mind loves keeping you in this state of not wanting to progress in life. So what it will do, it will look for justifications in other people, like wanting answers, which of course will not even satisfy you, even if I tell you that actually your parents are doing what they do because that's how they understand, when it's coming from their own perspective. You will not want that answer. You will not take that answer as the final answer. You will still want another answer, because questions, they are questions, and that's what the mind likes, just following along with these questions. Yet all along you just have to clear everything or unload yourself from past emotional baggage. And then once you've unloaded yourself from this emotional baggage, you just understand actually the one who's not accepting themselves is just me. Like for example, Edwin, I'm not accepting myself the way I am. I'm not accepting that I'm doing the things differently, and I don't have to have support and validation from other people, just me. Once you get to that point, you now realize actually all along you were chasing something you'll never get. You don't even have to chase, it's just always there. Hope that makes sense, and hope that's challenging, guys. So don't beat yourself up so much, or don't really go trying to impress your parents, trying to impress anyone. It's kind of tedious. It's better to just do it out of love, but not out of wanting to prove a point. Hope you found that informative, guys. Until next time, see ya.